Listen. Not crazy about this game. I'll be transparent with you. I'm not crazy about it. I know a lot of people in the chat are really excited, but I have some massive criticisms and worries after this one. You can be upset. You can be upset all you want, but it just is what it is. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to act like everything's great and dandy. Like, was the ending fun? Yeah, but there's a lot. There's a lot. But anyways, before we get into that, as always, shout out to today's sponsor, Sleeper. Go check out Sleeper if you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports at all. Just use the promo code CLAN and you'll get 100% match up to $100. Or you can just go to the social media element of it, which that's what I'm on right now. Why am I in the NFL one? Oh, I'm in the overall one. If you go to NBA here, yeah, you can see highlights, injury reports, updates, stats, all that good stuff. So go check out Sleeper, and let's get into this game. Yeah. So hopefully the lag stops. We've been having so many people in here. We're gonna have to figure out this lag. It's usually not this bad, but we got it working better. But now it's acting weird again. Maybe it'll calm down. All right. So I got one criticism. It's one major criticism. It's two words. Mitch Johnson. What was this game? What exactly was this game? I don't want to hear any criticism of players. Did Fox make some really stupid mistakes? Yeah, sure, he did. Right? Like, did Champagnie play poorly in the second half? Yeah, sure, he did. Right? But at the end of the day, I don't know what Mitch Johnson was doing. I don't know why the Spurs got cute. I don't know why we started throwing out just any lineup. These lineups that we were throwing out there felt like a kid getting upset at 2K and thinking that it's not him, it's the players that's on the court, and just swapping out everybody every second he gets. It was very silly. And I was trying to understand why in the second quarter we elected to go with so many different lineups. I really thought about it, and I could not figure it out. It almost felt like the Spurs were just doing tryouts, which if that's the case, you had preseason for that. You didn't even do these type of lineups during preseason. So why are we doing this now? It was disrespectful to your opponent. Extraordinarily, bruh. No, it was extraordinarily disappointed to your opponent. You don't do that. I was just like, what are the Spurs doing? Like, this should have been a convincing win. This should have been I don't want to say easy win, because the Bulls are a good team. They're missing guys. Like, this should have been what we saw in the first quarter. We should have just been able to demolish them. But no, we got really cute for no reason. Our defense obviously fell off because of it. I don't know what we were trying to do here. You're not going to figure... Even if it was hey, let's see what lineups work against the Chicago Bulls, it's not a good enough sample size. It's not a good enough sample size for you to even worry about it. It made no sense whatsoever. It was dumb. It was absolutely dumb. And I already see, like, I'm taking this very serious, right? Like, I already see some of the comments where you're like, bet he gonna say Sohan played more minutes. Somebody was like, oh, you're just upset because Sohan didn't get... Were we watching the same game? Guys, I was counting how many times we passed the ball. There were possessions where the Spurs passed the ball once. If that, once. And then I go over and look at the Bulls, and there's constant cuts. There's different sets giving us different looks. Everyone's moving. They passed the ball about 6-8 times, and it felt like the average passing the ball for us was like 1 or 2. That's not winning basketball. Yeah, you can beat the Bulls because we have so much talent, but that's not winning basketball. We passed the ball. You're overreacting. Yo, guys, okay, I'm about to crash out. We passed the ball. Not at all. This was hero ball. This game was Steph Castle. Can you just save the day? Wemby, can you just save the day? De'Aaron Fox, can you just save the day? It was ugly basketball. This is not winning basketball. And I wouldn't be this upset if I didn't see us play better. But we had so many different lineups out there that made no sense. We were like, one thing that we did need was definitely more off-ball movement, more off-ball screens. Wasn't really utilizing that, right? I know you said, oh, you're going to say Sohan, but yeah, you played Sohan 10 minutes. Didn't really understand that. What I really didn't understand is putting him at the center position again. That's what I don't get. It was a good 3-4 minutes of his time on the court was being a center. I don't understand that. So if someone can explain to me, and you know, Mitch Johnson is just a genius in this regard. Can you explain to me why 6'8" Jeremy Sohan was put at center when we finally get Cornette back? Can someone explain that to me? Because I don't get it. That don't make any sense to me. That was dumb. It was a lot where I was just like, I don't know what we're doing. It's like we're playing around with this game. Half court offense was horrible. The positions in which I'm getting so tired of Wemby getting the ball near the 3-point line, and they're like, all right, Wemby, make something happen. And he just tries to barrel into the paint. We're not setting up any plays to give Wemby the ball easier. We're not setting up any type of post-game position or post-ball positioning for Wemby. I didn't understand it. Sohan can shoot. Champagnie went 0 for 5. No one on this team can shoot. What are we talking about? Carter Bryant went 0 for 2. Jeremy Sohan went 0 for 1. Champagnie went 0 for 5. Keldon went 0 for 1. Lindy Waters went 1 for 3. Okay. Steph Castle went 1 for 3. Okay. De'Aaron Fox went 1 for 6. Who's shooting? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Oh, well, Clan, the reason why the lineups were so stupid is because Sohan can't shoot. What are we talking about? What do you mean? It was just, and it's not just Sohan, it was the lineups overall. I'm content. If the game makes sense and you put Sohan in for 10 minutes or whatever, I'm cool. Whatever, I'm cooling. But this game just felt like hero ball. It felt like who can save us? There was no ball movement at all. No ball movement at all. Yo, did we win? I expect to win this entire game. Just so you guys know, I'm not being crazy here. So you think I'm just like saying stuff? Hold on. I'll show you my reaction. I love the ending. I mean, how could you not? I was up cheering, ready to flip my table over. I'll admit. Dude, do I have like no internet right now? I'm literally live streaming, but it isn't coming up. Don't quite understand why it's not coming up. No, I guess I gotta give up on my dreams of showing you the tweet. No, now it's coming up. It's just dumb. No. Too small to play the four. Guys, let's not be silly here. Let's not be silly here. Let's not be silly here. What the Spurs needed. The thing is, yes, you can win a game against the Chicago Bulls when you're more talented. You can play hero ball and win games. But it seems like what the Spurs want to do. Here it is. Yeah, like, I know people probably saw like the end of my tweets. Hold on a second. I can't remember the hotkey. My stream deck still isn't working. Yeah, I said we'll win this game, but we don't deserve it. This is just bad coaching. Yeah, this is how I felt during the game. Now, obviously, when my GOAT did GOAT-like things, we got to give him some praise. You know what I mean? When my GOAT does some GOAT-like things, we got to give him some praise. But before that, it was pretty bad. Their ball movement was significantly better than ours. This is what irritated me, right? Why did the Houston Rockets never win a championship? We make fun of them all the time, but with James Harden, why did they not win a championship? Was it just that James Harden was soft or all that? No. You know, that's what the narratives want to give you. The way that they played basketball, it just wasn't suitable to win a championship. And it seemed like the Spurs wanted to do like 5 out, make something happen. Please make something happen. And I don't like that. That's not good basketball. Yes, get the ball moving. Let's get guys moving. Our off-ball movement has been pretty bad this season, but like we got to get moving. Give us set. It felt like we had no sets. It feels like playground ball at times. I don't know if this is somewhat of like a building block or this is just like to make sure Wemby understands the game a little bit better. I don't know what it is, but it definitely feels like Wemby or nothing. Like this is the type of game. Usually when I watch a Spurs game, especially, you know, back in the day, when we have our star players and they're out, I still feel like we can win the game because I know that they're going to play the right way. They're not going to cheat the game. They're going to play fundamental, good, beautiful basketball, pass the rock, off ball movement, you know, just making cuts. Spurs made no cuts. There was no cuts. And I think that it came down to literally Wemby save us. I don't understand this offense. I don't like it. Cuz you're not going to win. We're not going to win championships like this. We're learning clan. I've seen this. Guys, if this was a loss, you would not be talking like this right now. Do you understand how close we were to losing this game? I expected us to win, but do you understand how close we were to losing this game? This is not a win. This is a win. This is one of those wins where it's like, all right, I'm glad we won because that would have been some BS to lose this game. You know, we keep our positioning. Like, I'm happy that we won. But to an extent, how you win does matter. I know that this team is still learning, but honestly, the defense has been fine. I feel like the coaching staff is really great when it comes to the defense. This game, not in particular. I mean, we gave up so many threes, and one three was so bad. De'Aaron Fox was just ball watching. I don't know what he was doing. But offensively, it just looks stagnant. It's just a stagnant offense. You know? Wemby deserves this W. The Spurs didn't. Coaching staff didn't. Oh my God. Hey, you can talk trash all you want. That's my opinion. I know what I'm talking about. You guys know, you saw it. Like, I don't know why you acting like there was no crazy lineup changes. That made no sense. I don't know why you're acting like the offense wasn't stagnant. I don't know why you're acting like the offense wasn't ugly. It's not like the Spurs were knocking down a plethora of threes here. It seemed as if in this game you needed more off-ball cutters. You need some more movement. It seemed like you needed a little bit more movement in this game. Yeah, I'm dying to see what the press conferences are for this. This is like the first game of the season that I was like genuinely irritated, because this was one that felt like we put ourselves under unnecessary stress. Just unnecessary stress. I don't know. Clan, I missed the first 3 quarters, only saw the fourth, and I was saying the same thing you were saying. Yeah, I know. It's just a few people on here that I kind of let them do it. They rage bait me a little bit. But yeah, you agree. It was ridiculous. I did not enjoy this game, because this was one where from the first quarter you could see that the Bulls were outmatched. And rather than the Spurs just sticking to their guns, you know, continuing to be aggressive, we started playing around with lineups and we started doing some tryouts. We lost our rhythm completely. and then it was just a close game the entire time. Unnecessarily, mind you. You put yourself in an unnecessary situation for no reason. Where it could have easily, absolutely easily, been better than that. But I hated it. I hated it. Feels like the Spurs just got like a two-man game. There was one play where I counted in the Bulls' possession after our possession. We had two passes, which doesn't even count because it was a De'Aaron Fox pass to Luke Cornett just to get the handoff back. So there's your two passes right there. We take a horrendous shot, and then I counted how many times the Bulls passed the ball with all of their great ball movement, mind you. If they just had some more talent on the court, they would have beat us. But great ball movement, and I saw them pass the ball 8 times. I don't like hero ball. Now I like hero ball in the fourth, at the end of the fourth, where it's just ISO Wemby do your thing when Wemby, went ahead and saved us. I'm cool with that. Right? I'm cool with that. Make them pay for putting the center on your center. Make them pay for that. Which I'm cool with that. But I'm not cool with the majority of this game. That was just nothing but ugliness, disrespecting your opponent, crazy lineups, no off-ball cutting, terrible screens, terrible off-ball screens. Just horrible. Horrible basketball. Ugly, horrible basketball. And I'm sorry. Like, I know you make fun of me all you want with the Sohan thing this game, but I'm sorry. If you can't find out, like, if you can't figure out if your second best defender on the team, which he is, if your second best defender on the team is getting the same amount of minutes as Lindy Water, mind you, Lindy Water shouldn't have played like the entire second quarter. Okay, I don't know what that was about, especially when you're struggling with the Bulls knocking down threes on you. I don't know why he was in the game as much as he was. But I know for sure your second best defender shouldn't be on the court the same amount as Lindy Waters. I feel like it's just lack of. I guess we've been saying this for many weeks now, but it just feels like lack of imagination. Just a lack of imagination, a lack of adjustments. It's like the Spurs make an adjustment, the opponent makes an adjustment, and then it's just hero ball. Then it's like, ooh, they made an adjustment. What do we do? I guess we can't really do anything. Oh, Wemby has a specific player. I mean, you guys remember the press conference we looked at, and it left me baffled. I don't know how many of you guys saw it that's in the chat right now, but it was a post game with Mitch, and they asked him, why didn't you run any pick and rolls? Which I don't see many pick and rolls from the Spurs. I'll be honest with you, there's not that many of them. But they were like, yeah, why didn't you run any pick and rolls? And he said, well, what the defense was giving us, we couldn't do a pick and roll. I don't know what to say to that. We couldn't do a pick and roll. We can't do a pick and roll. People that don't even watch basketball know what a pick and roll is. But we couldn't do it. Positives. After all that negativity, positives. You guys ready? Wembanyama. His stats were crazy. He had 5 blocks. He only had 3 turnovers, 5 assists, 12 rebounds, 38 points. And everyone else was something. But he had 38 points. That's the positivity I took from this game. That's all I got. That's all I got. Carry job? Kinda, yeah. I really think the Spurs. This is my opinion. I'm just going to always be honest and tell you my opinion on things. I really think the San Antonio Spurs should consider who's taking these shots and how we're getting these shots, because at one point, majority of the game, Castle had the most shots taken, and it just wasn't a pretty game. Now, here's another game in which he had 11 assists. Like I've been saying over the last 3 games, or 3 games now, where he had like 13 assists, 14 assists, now 11 assists. It's very DeJounte Murray-esque assists, okay? It's not second, third reads type assists. Kind of like in the fast break where he passed it behind him to Keldon Johnson, which he had a wide open streaking Julian Champagnie going to the corner that he just kind of missed, and then Keldon had to make the pass. And it was a fine pass, but it would have been better because Castle's a better passer, so it would have been a nicer delivery to him. But anyways, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't like this offense. I love our defense. I love us in the fast break. I cannot stand this offense. This is ugly offense, and against a really good team or a team that knows what they're doing or with some better defenders, we're going to pay for offense like this. Not passing the ball, not basics. We'll pay for this. The Spurs are not trading Sohan. I don't think they will, but like, I'll be honest with you. If you can't find a way, if your coach can't find a way to, it should be the other way around, but if your coach can't find a way to implement the second best defender on your team, and also especially a game like this where we needed more off-ball cutting and we needed more off-ball screeners, and we're just not running any sets at all. I mean, it just is what it is. We're just not running sets. It's playground ball. This doesn't look like the Spurs. But if you can't implement them, then let them play for a team that can. But this game just irritated me. I'm okay with people having bad games, right? Like, I love Sohan. He can have a bad game. I don't care. Like, he can have a horrible game. He can go 0 for 6, and as long as it was somewhat impacting winning, I'm cool with it, right? Same with Keldon, because there's Keldon games where I've told you guys this was like the best. It was one game last season. I was like, this was the best Keldon game of the season, and his stats weren't that great. So I'm not one that's like staring at stats during these games. I'm just looking at how we're getting our points, and it's very ugly. Matter of fact, this might be crazy to say. You might hate this. You might hate this take. But I don't know if Steph Castle getting as many assists as he has. It's not his fault, by the way. He's great. I really like Steph Castle. You guys know he's one of my favorites. But him getting as many assists as he's getting, that might say more to what the coaching staff is doing rather than, him as a point guard. It's very stagnant. It's very stagnant offense. Simple lobs, simple bailout passes. It's just bad. And against a better team, you're not going to be able to get away with that type of stuff. Spurs are getting away with a lot because of Wemby. Anyways. Look, I know you were upset. I saw you in the chat, Canada Nice. I know you're upset at me. I saw you were really happy like at the beginning of this. I'm sorry. You're just hating now? I'm sorry. Just is what it is. You're just hating. That's fine. You can believe that. I'm going to be honest no matter what. Steph, but I'll be honest with you in saying I don't think Steph Castle running point guard, being the primary facilitator, is a way to win big games. I'm going to say that now. Hopefully the Spurs, change things up. Hopefully we become a team that pass the ball a little bit better. Hopefully you start running more sets. Hopefully our half court, I'll say that, our half court offense looks better. Hopefully that starts to look better. Because this was ugly basketball, guys. Very ugly basketball. This was not pretty. And a game like this, I'm not saying the Bulls are a bad team, but they were severely outmatched. And the only reason this game was close is because we started shooting ourselves in the foot with weird lineups. And then on top of that, you topple that with the fact that we're not playing good basketball. Is that what you took from that? Cashel should stop throwing lobs because the other team can't stop them and it's not nice. That's what you took from that? That's what you took from that? Are we for real? Guys, you get like this. You win a game and I'm the one that comes in and now I'm the party pooper. I'm happy we won the game. But the Spurs are not passing the ball well. It's stagnant offense. We're not passing the ball. How is that your takeaway from what I said? Jeez. Okay. And when we get in a really tough situation, because we'll be a playoff team, and hopefully it's different by then. I'm sure it will be. This is super early on, but when we get in a playoff series and you see this type of basketball being played, and you get knocked out of the gym, don't come back and be like, maybe our offense could have, I don't know, passed the ball a little bit more. Maybe we should have had more off-ball cutting. Maybe we should have had more off-ball screens. Maybe we should have ran a little bit more, some more plays. Maybe we shouldn't just give Victor Wembanyama the ball near the three-point line and say, Wemby, make something happen. Maybe we shouldn't play like that. Okay. But I know lobs make you happy. You see W, you see lob, you happy. Me happy. Me win, me see dunk, me happy. Me see Wemby 3. By the way, that 3 was cold, though. That was cold-blooded. Wemby had ice in his veins in that one. I expected us to win this entire game, mind you. I didn't think at one point the Spurs would lose, but it was one of those where it's like, this shouldn't be close. And this is close because of us. This isn't close because the Bulls did something special. This is close because of the Spurs. I'm not reading that. Thanks for the super chat, but I ain't reading that. You guys can read it on the screen. I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Guys, I was happy about last game. Did Sohan have a good game last game? Well, I guess everyone had a good game last game. Why do you think that this summed up everything I said? It just sums up to Sohan? Seriously? I expect us to win with or without Sohan. I expect us to win this type of game with or without quite a few players, honestly. Without Cornette, I feel like Spurs win this game. They should win this game. However, I am happy he came back today. Well, I guess technically he had a pretty good game. I mean, statistic-wise, that is. 4 assists, 8 points. Yeah, I guess he did fine. But he didn't have to have a great game for me to be happy. It wouldn't have made a difference. If he would have had 30 points in this game, it still didn't change the way that they were playing. Well, I guess if he had 30 points, then it would have changed the way they're playing because they would have passed the ball a little bit more. That would have shown playing passing the ball. Finding cutters. It was weird. Another thing, too, is we were doing 5 out, but we're not a team. Remember how I mentioned the Houston Rockets? We're not a team that can do 5 out. We don't have enough shooters that we could do 5 out anyways. It's just ugly offense, man. We don't have enough anyways. We just don't. What's the point? We don't. I don't know. I'm excited to see what they have to say about this one. This upload is not going to be favorable, but hey, at least you know I'm honest. It's whatever. I'm happy we won, though. I'm happy we won. Stephen Castle's so bad. No, Castle is not bad. Castle's a good player. But few things I don't understand that they're doing. But, people going to see the W and they're going to be like, oh, everyone did great. Nah, not really. This was kind of a terrible game. We just so happen to win from talent. We so happen to win because Wemby is him. Oh, man, we got a lot of people in here, too. Don't hate me. You can hate me. It's okay. I promise I'm usually happier than this after a win. I promise.